never made it, but I know what it takes.
Hello, and welcome back to the Barca Hub. So, the transfer window officially came to an end or closed yesterday midnight, and in today's video, we will discuss what are the players that came into Barcelona, what are the players that went out of Barcelona either on a loan deal or on a permanent basis. So, first of all, let us talk about players that went out. So, the biggest player, the biggest star, the biggest Galactica that went out was none other than El Pistolero Luis Suarez. And it was really sad. It was really sad to see him go like this, to see him cry. With him, we all also cried. And this is another example why this board is shitty. This board doesn't know how to sell players at right prices. I mean, we sold Suarez. He was, I think, the third highest goal scorer in La Liga last season, and he was also out for half of the season. So I mean, we just sold him for 1.5 million euros. That is cheap. That is really cheap. And I don't know what to say. I was very sad about this. I I don't know how to react on this. So moving on to the next player, we have Ivan Rakitic, the player who gave us many incredible moments, who scored many incredible goals from long distance, who was a really key part of our 2015 treble winning season. And he also went for a very cheap price to Sevilla. And again, this board doesn't know how to sell players. And the same goes for Vidal as well as Rafinha now. Vidal went to Inter Milan and Rafinha is going to PSG. And they both also went for really cheap prices. So I've heard reports and I don't know the exact figure, but these four players went out of Barcelona for just below 5 million euros. I mean, what kind of business is that? Huh? This is this is utter failure at every level. This is a failure. We are selling four great talents, and three of them are world champions. They have won everything in their career. And Rafinha is also a good player. Last season we loaned him out, and he was really good against us in one or two matches. And we sell them all for just under 5 million euros? Oh, are you kidding me? These players are much worth than what they were sold for. Now, moving on to some loan deals. Sorry. Before moving on to loan deals, we'll have to stick to another player that went out, and it was Nelson Semedo, the right back. And I think it was a fair deal. We got 30 millions from for him, and I think it was good. He went to Wolverhampton, and from that money we bought Serginho Dest, who looks like a real talent. Although he just played for 20 minutes, 15 minutes or so, and he's looking pretty good now. I don't have any complaints because Samedo was not able to reach that level that we all expected him to. So it was good to sell him for 30 million plus 5 million in variables. Now moving on to the loan deals. Todibo and Juan Miranda went on loan yesterday. Juan Miranda went to Real Betis and Todibo went to Benfica. And Todibo also has a 20 million buy option at the end of his loan tenure. And I just don't understand it. We only have three centre backs now because Umtiti is injured. We have Clement Longley, Pique, and Araujo. I know Araujo is great. He's a great player. He's a great talent. He has a lot of potential. But we need another backup. Don't you think that Umtiti will still be out for 3 to 4 months at least? And God knows if he will be at the same level at which he was in the 2018 World Cup. So it was a bad decision to move Todibo out. And especially, first of all, we all were thinking that if Todibo moves out, then we will sign Eric Garcia. But that too didn't happen. We didn't sign Eric Garcia and we sold Todibo too. So uh, I don't know if I should laugh or I should cry because this is a mess. This whole board, this whole system, everything in this club is a circus right now, except the players, of course, and the coach too. The Ronald Koeman looks promising to me. Now, moving on to the players that came in. First of all, let us talk about the players who came in earlier. That means they came in January. So those two players were Trincao and Pedri. They were signed in January. They joined the club in the pre-season, and they are pretty good signings. They are good. They are definitely good signings. Pedri is too good for his age. He's just 17 and he flows like water in the pitch, and he's really good. And the same goes for Trincao. He's 20 years old, and uh, I think he still needs to improve his dribbling and his skills, his one-on-one skills. But his pace is good, and his shooting power is also good. His shooting range is also good. So I think they both are great signings. No complaints there. Now let us talk about another player who came in but from a loan, and it was none other than Felipe Coutinho, who looks like a completely different player in his second tenure at Barcelona. He came in from Bayern Munich after spending one season and winning everything there, and I think it was a pretty good decision that we sent him out because he looks fresh now. He is doing wonderful stuff in the field. He's able to control the game pretty well, and I think that is all you ask from a player. Now, moving on to the next player, and this one was quite a controversy. We sent out 30-year-old Arthur Melo in for Pjanic. Means Pjanic came into Barcelona, Arthur went to Juventus, and we got 10 million in that deal. Now, this is another example of the shittiness, of the complete shittiness again of this board. I just don't understand this decision. Although I agree that Pjanic has shown some incredible signs and he looks quite a fit in Barcelona, and I think he can do wonders with Frankie de Jong in the double pivot system. But still, Arthur was a great talent. We saw him in the last two seasons. Although he was never able to reach his potential, but he was still showing signs. He was very happy. He joined his dream club. People called him the next Xavi. His passing was good, and with him and Frankie De Jong, I think we would have been a pretty decent team with a great midfield. Now moving on to the next player that came in, and the final player that came in, it is Serginho Dest, who, as I already told you, is a great player. He has shown some good signs. We haven't seen him defending. We saw him dribbling but we will see him now because Jordi Alba is out due to an injury. So Serginho Dest will play as a left back. Although he plays as a right back, he is a right back, but he's also comfortable as playing as a left back. So let us hope that he can show some promising signs because he's just 19 and he has got good potential. So let's hope the best for him. So all in all, what I think about this transfer window is, in buying players, I think we did a pretty decent job. We purchased some good players, and in this video I'm only mentioning the players who play for the first team. I am not talking about the players who will play who will play in the B team. Matthias Fernandes also, I think, will play in the first team. He has got a number recently with Ricky Puig and Ronald Araujo, which is a great news. And I think that This transfer window was pretty good. Uh, we bought some great players. Everything was good in this transfer window. But the only problem is again selling players. We were not able to sell players at their right prices. Although I agree that Rakitic was sold for a right price, I guess, because he was not that good from last 2 to 3 seasons, and he was looking slow and faded and jaded, whatever you say. But Suarez was pretty good. Sorry, Suarez was pretty bad, really bad, and I think that needs, yeah, my bad. Suarez going was very bad, just for 1 million, 1.5 million, whatever. Such a low price for such a great legend, such a great player. Nah. It was very bad. It was very bad. And Samedo was good. Vidal was also fine, I guess. But all in all, I am pretty impressed because we needed an overhaul and we got it. So let's hope for the best, and more videos will be coming to you. News roundups will be coming. Match previews will be paused for a time because the next match is on 17th of October against Getafe, and that is a long time because the international break is going on right now. But the news roundup videos will be coming if some important news comes. Obviously, I will try to make podcasts, but let's see what happens. Stay tuned to the channel, subscribe the channel, like the video, share the video, and as always, Visca el Barça.
I never made it, but I know what it takes.